Oh, fucking hell. It's been a long day. Oh, it's been a very long day. Let me just see. Pop the kettle on. Hang on. This evening, chat, let me tell you a brief story. A story about a man called... Wait, I've forgotten his name. Hang on. The story of... Just going back on my chat logs. Fuck, where is it? Hang on a second. I was talking to Social about it earlier, like 2 hours ago. There we go. Let me tell you the story of Ali Mood. Ali Mood is the name of the food delivery driver that I was assigned when I ordered dinner earlier. Ali Mood had one job, and that was to ferry delicious food from the restaurant that I ordered it from to my home. Now, conveniently for Ali Mood, it was a very short distance, probably 600 to 700 meters? I mean, I could easily walk it, but I'm lazy and I was busy working, so I thought, fuck it, I'll just order it, deliver, whatever. So, Ali Mood arrives at the restaurant and then just kind of sits there for like 20 minutes or so. And I'm sitting there, I've got like on my left monitor, you see, I can see Ali Mood has arrived at the restaurant, Ali Mood has accepted your order, Ali Mood is on his way. But Ali Mood did not move. No, Ali Mood sat there for a considerable amount of time. And then eventually I did notice that Ali Mood's blip had decided to move. And I thought, hooray, my food is on. Where is he going? Ali Mood decided to go the wrong way, down the one-way system, apparently. So I was like, okay, he's probably on a bicycle. He's probably on the pavement. Anyway, so rather than take a straight line journey all the way to where I am, he started going down all of these weird side alleys, all of these weird side routes, like he was terrified of traffic. And I was just watching his dot, just fascinated, like, what is he doing? What route is he taking? I was trying to figure out the logic of what he was doing. At one point, he legit went in a circle. Without exaggeration, he just went round like a square block, you see. Ali Mood continued on his journey, and I was tracking him for quite a while. Obviously, I was very hungry at this point. And And then he was on his way here, and I thought, finally, all he has to do is turn right, and he's on my street. So he's on the main road, he just has to turn right, he's on my street. Where the fuck's he going? Alamu just continued. He just fucking kept going. Like, off, be free, little bird. Alamu just kept cycling off into Narnia with my food, with my dinner. And then he pulled into a close, what the Americans call it, like a dead end street, with lots of close. I suppose you would call them closes. He pulled into one of those about 3 miles away from where I live, cul-de-sac, and then clicked the button to say order delivered. Thank you, Alan Mood. Much appreciated. He basically, long story short, a dude ran off with my food. And then I filled in the form thing. Said, like, my food didn't arrive. It's like, very sorry, what would you like to do? Refund? I clicked reorder on the website thing. Processing. New driver, Steve. Steve delivered it in 3 fucking minutes. Thank you, Steve. Oh, fuck. So, yes, I was a bit hangry, as in, yeah. By the time my food arrived, I was famished. I was like, fucking hell. But yes, what a bastard. Alamu just drove off with my food. Anyway, so, hi, everyone. Sorry, I just need this coffee. Oh, so legit story, yeah. So yeah, the fucking the delivery didn't arrive. Although I suppose it was fortuitous timing because Lulu got back from her dog sitter, and so she was roaming around, sitting at my feet, totally not eating chicken nuggets, which is totally what I wasn't doing. Because I'm a responsible dog owner who doesn't do that. No. Ah, dear me. How are you all? How is everyone? So sorry. So yes, what's going on the YouTube front? Oh, fuck me. So I'm trying to polish this video. I'm trying to get the part 4. So beneath the stream, are 3 links. Thank you, Axolotl. Thank you. He was clearly waiting. 3 links to the video that I'm working on. So it's about 3 hours long, and I've made 3 chunks of it there. This is the 4th and final chunk, and I'm currently polishing it. Fucking hell. It's been a busy day. So I watched the video, the test render after the afternoon stream this afternoon, and made like a list of about 120 things that need to get fixed, and I think I'm down to 8. So I did pretty well, I think, but there's also like a whole load of shit that I need to refilm on my wall here. So after the stream, back to work. But yes, I'm definitely on the polishing stage. I'm definitely just trying to get this chunk polished for you and get it into a position where you can watch it. So I'm hoping, again, touching wood, that this Friday I should be able to deliver to you a chunk. So the 4th and final chunk. And then it's just a case of putting the whole video together. How long that's going to take? No idea. But at least you'll be able to watch the video in full. In 4 different pieces. That's the plan, at least. Ah, dearie me. Black Metal is alive and had kebab pizza. Woo, very nice. Thank you, Total Satan? And Arthur and Lord Baum. And Sponst and Prinz. Thank you, all of you. And the Brain N and Hapu. Most kind. Thank you, all of you. Okay. Yeah. Coffee tastes disgusting. I think that milk is turning. Thank you, Seth Kerr. Thank you very much. Right. Now, unfortunately, the sequel game that I was playing this morning, so Ultimate Fishing Sim 2, was so ridiculously buggy that it's pretty much unplayable. I mean, if the fish don't tire, then what's the fucking point? You know, you can't fucking land them. So I'll just pop back to the first one. I need to beat my carp record, don't I? Hang on. Right, so what do I need to do? I've legit forgotten. So what's that? That's my fly rod. So it's the afternoon. The wind is blowing in which direction? Hang on. Fish species, carp, mirror carp. Are there differences on the individual lakes? Are there signs? Ooh, quite blurry. Let's have a look. No, it just says that's where we are. Okay, so let's go and stick... Yeah, down here. What should we go with? What is that? So that's a cage feeder. Okay, but I've got no bait on it currently. Hang on. Let's have a look. So I've got a... How much money have I got? $238. Okay, nothing on the hook. What's that then? Oh, I see, that's in the feeder. Ah, okay. So, strawberry, mirror carp, strawberry boilies, level 1. Let's get a couple of those, and equip them, I assume, onto the feeder. How does one equip onto the hook itself? I think that's ground bait. Do I need to click? Baits, 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 lures. What do I do? Oh, I see. The green equip. There we go. Cool. Can I double stack? Need to buy more. I can. Right, there we go. So, for those not familiar with fishing, what I've just created there is, well, this is called ledgering. So it's where you weigh everything down on the bottom of the lake in order to present bait that looks like it's just fallen from the surface and is available for any bottom-feeding fish. So, there are many types of bottom-feeding fish, notably catfish, but a big one is carp. So carp have mouths that face down, at least the common carp and the mirror carp do, not so much the grass carp. And their primary goal is to sift through the silt in order to find, well, pretty much anything. They eat everything. So in this case, we've got balls of dough, so insect protein, combined with like an egg white and other bits, flavours. So boilies. I've in fact got some boilies next to me. In the flat, I have, that's the dog's bum, pineapple flavoured boilies. Pineapple crush. Mmm. 1 kilogram, 12mm boilies. This is what they look like. Ta-da! So individually, you can squish them between your fingertips in order to crush them, like so. So one can easily break them... pineapple. One can easily break them up into pieces and sprinkle them into the lake as an attractor. But the bonus behind the boilie is obviously that it resists little nibble fish by... being something that a big fish can scoop into their mouths in one go, but something that a little fish can only bounce around the lake a little bit. Right, bear with. Okay, so it should sink to the bottom nice and easy. Now, can I put down my rod pod? What was the button again? Rod pod... Oops, fucked up. Ooh, oh, that's my hunter view, so I can see where the lake, where the fish are holed up in the lake. Ah. Indeed, so many anglers... Oh, I've done it again. Hang on. Rod pod is what? There we go. So that's just a basic stand. That's not really a rod pod, but it'll do. There we go. So what one would do in this situation, put the rod down. There we go. So what one would do in this situation is one would retreat underneath their umbrella. So your big just shelter that you've got for all of your gear with your chair. And you just sit there and wait until either your buzzers buzz to indicate that your line has moved, or in this case, bells on the end. I've never used bells for any of the rods that I've got, but some people do. The hook size doesn't match the size of the lake. The fish in the lake. Why? Let's have a look. What's the problem? I've got a size 4 hook. Well, that is quite a large hook, frankly, but that's not abnormally large for carp. Okay, we'll go to a size... Let's give me a size 10. Is there a size 10? What do I have available? Just show me what I've got in my tackle box. Size 8, 6. Give me a size 8, please. There we go, size 8. So the larger the number, the smaller the hook. There we go. Indeed, Have. I really want to go fishing. I'm eager to go fishing in real life. Okay, that's only a single boilie. Hang on. There we go. Go down here. Put that down. Oops, wrong button again. Cool. So, we would wait at this point for the bells to jingle, indicating that something has probably either nudged the line or more likely picked up the line. Largest carp catch? I can tell you, I have a fish log. 1 minute. So my personal best... my personal best is a mirror at 17.4 pounds. That's 7.89 kilograms, 69 centimetre. Which, insofar as carp, is not gigantic. Okay, the hook size doesn't match the size of the fish in the area. Really? Maybe I should try a different lake. Can I pick up the rod? Hang on. Take down the rod pod. There we go. Maybe I'm on the wrong lake. Thank you, No Drama Llama. Thank you very much, No Drama. Hang on. So where am I now? I'm here? Try over here. That looks like a fairly small carp, probably a juvenile. Indeed, carp are everywhere. We're not sure when the carp arrived in the UK, but it was between the 12th and the 13th centuries, for they were clearly documented by the 14th century. We're not sure how they got here either. Someone brought them in. They're native to Japan. Okay, the hook size is proper. You can wait a little longer or cast to another place. I'll just wait for a bit. Hang on. Set up the rod pod and place it down. So yeah. For those not familiar, the carp itself is a very large, powerful fish. Lots of very bony, very muscular, freshwater fish. It cannot tolerate salt water. They can tolerate salt water more than other species, but certainly they couldn't make the journey via the ocean. They were introduced. They're quite long-lived, at around 20 years old. They breed a great deal every single year. Each one creates, 800,000 eggs or something? Most of those die, of course, but... I'm not sure, Blue Devil. Yeah, there's quite a bit, isn't there? I'll have a look. Motion blur. Yes, I do. I'll switch that off. Hopefully it won't look as nasty. Oh, hello. Grab it, quick. Right, something bit. Let's up the drag on the line. Okay. Doesn't feel particularly big. So, with the mouse wheel, I can alter the drag settings on the reel, making it have to work harder to pull the line out. There we go. It's a roach. So a roach, note the red fins there, not as red as roach typically are, or at least the ones that I've found. It's probably diet dependent. Yeah, a silverfish, travels in groups, there's lots of them. Bit of a nuisance fish, but a new record roach as well. Oh wow, I can turn it this time, unlike the sequel. Yeah. So most anglers, they try to get their bait as quickly as possible down past the roach. They try to get it down to the lake bed, away from most of them. But let's be honest, you're going to have a tough time evading roach on most fisheries in the UK. They're everywhere, and they're not picky on what they eat. They're also quite annoying for me personally because I like to float fish, and they have a habit of giving me false positives, bumping my bait, and therefore I think, ooh, it's a bite. No, it's just a roach. 1.81 pounder. Oh, the length is in feet instead of centimetres. Can I adjust that? Release or sell? We'll sell it for the cash. Not bad. Not bad. Duckslayer's posted a picture of roach. Yes, indeed. They've got very red fit. Not quite what I had in mind, Duckslayer. Oh, that is a roach, but that's not the roach that I'm thinking of. Thank you, Crazy Man. Thank you very much, Crazy Man. Okay, let's have a look. Hang on. So yeah, they go for boilies aplenty. Size 8. Can I do some ground bait? Throw the ground bait. Yes, indeed. There we go. Cool. Pop that there and pop this down on the rod pod. Where's it gone? Where the fuck's it gone? Weird. Oh, have I fucked up? I did. Hang on. And pop that down there. Cool. Oh, hello. Is that that was probably a bump. Did you see that? So when the line moves like that, a fish has probably literally bumped it, swam into the line. Okay. Use hunter vision. Can I see any fish in the... Ooh, hello. Hello, fishies. But yeah, I hope everyone's okay. But yeah, I've never used bells. I mean, to be honest, you don't really need bells and whistles. You don't need bells and buzzers. The act of the fish grabbing your line and starting to pull some away from your reel, so long as your drag settings are nice and low, you'll hear it click. It will try to bolt. It will react to the hook and will start swimming away at speed, so you'll know. No, I've never been salmon fishing. Regal. How does the trophy room look in this game? Of lots of panelled wood everywhere. It's very loud. Oh shit, Fierce Beast. I hope you're okay. So fish jumping out of the water there is a good sign. Clearing their swim bladders, which means they're feeding. The rain also oxygenates the water and can put the carp into a bit of a feeding frenzy. For they've also learnt that the rain will wash insects into the water, meaning they're less suspicious about what they might grab. Do you often foul hook? What, where you accidentally hook yourself or your clothing? From time to time. But it's not too much of a big deal, in particular if you're not using barbed hooks. Yeah, you'll just pinprick yourself, but you're not going to do much, you're not going to hurt yourself much. Again, another benefit to barbless hooks, which are pretty much mandatory on most fisheries in the UK. I've never been to one that's allowed barbed hooks. Ah, dear. Do I have a favourite fishing story? A fairly recent one, in fact. The one that I keep telling about the Hourglass Lake that we went to. Without going too long, without making the story too long, effectively, when fishing, you should try to make sure that you're in the direction of the wind. That's because the carp tend to learn. They tend to sort of lean in the direction of the wind so they can get insects that are blown... Well, whatever. Anything that's blown into the water, they can get it where the wind's blowing. So we arrived at this lake that was shaped like an hourglass. And for some reason, the wind was going from south to north. And this was last summer, the start of the summer. And we'd never really been to this lake before. Me and my brother were just exploring. And for some reason, all of the anglers on the lake were on the south side, with their backs to the wind. None of them were on the north side, past some of them were near the edge of the hourglass shape, but certainly none of them were past the bottleneck, nor in the top part of the hourglass. It didn't make any sense. All the fish, I thought, would be with the wind. So I didn't know what to do, so I debated this for a while, and I thought, do I set up near the anglers, or do I go all the way to the top of the hourglass? I did the latter. I followed my gut. I followed my gut, and I went with the wind. And so I set up the rods and everything, and my brother joined me later on the lake. He was like, why the fuck are we the only ones at the top of the lake? I was like, I know! What do they know that we don't? Anyway, turns out... Oh, hang on. Yeah, there's hook bait. 1 second. Oh. Anyway, it turns out that my decision to go to the top of the lake with the wind was absolutely bang on the fucking money. Because we had pretty much all the carp on the fucking lake. We were continually catching. I reckon we had a shoal of at least 60 to 70. Just carp in our one area. Because they were with the wind, obviously. So I don't know what was going on with all the anglers to the south side. I wonder if perhaps they were after the shade. And they wanted the trees that were down there? But regardless, they chose poorly. Hang on. Damn it. And so... Ooh, a bump. So they chose very poorly, and we ended up just catching... I'm pretty sure that was the night... That was the session where I got my personal best, at least for that session. I beat it later on. But yeah, just big, big fish. No, Bebopper, we were alone for the entire afternoon. We had the entire north side of that lake. We more or less had all the fucking fish. Sorry, I misspoke, Darkness. I mean, I got my personal best up to that point. I beat it a few sessions later, a few days later when we came back. Sorry, yeah, I misspoke. And it was also the session where I caught, it was a common carp, but it had clearly been bred, or rather had reproduced, with a ghost carp. It was this very eerie-looking, pale-coloured common carp. It was very cool to look at. I caught a shiny, a real-life version of a shiny. Oh, hello. Grab, quick. Grab. Okay. Doesn't feel very heavy. It's probably a bream. Come on. Whoa, careful. Whoa. Okay, watch the drag. So as I'm pulling it closer to the surface, it's going to try and swim away hard. That looks like a... Oh, wow! A catfish. I've never caught one of these. Channel catfish, bottom feeder. Ah. Different to the American catfish that I was seeing. Hang on, let me read about the channel catfish. The channel catfish is is North America's most numerous catfish. What the fuck is it doing here? We're in Europe. Characteristics. The catfish possesses a very keen sense of smell and taste. At the pits of their nostrils are very sensitive odour-sensing organs with a very high concentration of olfactory receptors. In channel catfish, these organs are sensitive enough to detect several amino acids at about 1 part per 100 million in water. In addition, the channel catfish has taste buds distributed all over the surface of its entire body. These buds are especially concentrated at the fish's 4 pair of barbels, or whiskers, surrounding the mouth. Around 25 buds per square millimetre. This combination of exceptional sense of taste and smell allows the channel catfish to find food in dark, stained, or muddy waters with relative ease. They also possess Weberian apparatus, which amplifies sound waves that would otherwise not be perceivable. What does that mean, sorry? Weberian apparatus is an anatomical structure that connects the swim bladder to the auditory system in fishes. So when it's fully developed in the adult fish, the elements of the apparatus are sometimes collectively referred to as Weberian ossicles. The presence of the structure is one of the most important phylogenetically significant distinguishing characteristics of the species Ostariophysi. Okay. Give me the short version. A set of minute bones that do what? Connect the inner ear to the swim bladder. It amplifies sound through waves that would otherwise be perceived by the inner ear structure alone. So it's very good at hearing, I think it's trying to say. Okay. 1 second, sorry, the ambience of the game is quite loud. Just going to turn it down a teeny weeny. Thank you very much, Johnster. Thank you very much. Ah, dear. Okay. What's the swim bladder? So I believe, I might misspeak, but it is the organ that fish possess which controls their buoyancy. I believe they fill it with air by taking gulps from the surface and then basically bleeding the air off into the water in order to adjust their buoyancy. Some species of fish will want to adjust their swim bladder, or rather, expel any debris by jumping out of the water and then crashing down again. Notably carp when they're feeding, for apparently they have a habit of getting like pieces of shell lodged in their throat or whatever, and that they at the same time clear their swim bladder and dislodge debris, basically. Such is the problem for bottom feeding fish. Okay, let's sell? Yeah, sell it for cash. Okay, so we get catfish on this type of bait. I'm hearing splashing. Where is that exactly? Where was that? It's not behind me. So the splashing fish would be fish clearing their swim bladders. Very important for me. Hunter vision. That's definitely a carp, probably a crucian. Thank you, Viper, and Yastrabi64. Thank you very much. Okay, let's go here. Can I throw in some more ground bait? G. There we go. And cast. And even if I overcast... Oh, that's perfect. Leave that there now. Rod pod. So you can get lots of different ground bait mixes that you can buy in packs. When you get to the lake, what you do is you take a container and put some of the ground bait mix in there. It's like a powder. And you mix in a bit of water, fresh water, and start stirring it until it becomes a dough. That's not too sticky and not too sort of dusty. You want a nice dough that will kind of hold together in a ball. What you then do is you scrunch it up and just throw it into the water, creating a particle, a nice smelling patch of the water. Now, what some people like to do, at least I read about it, is they like to ground bait in a quite a considerable amount of time. Sorry, pardon me. Quite a considerable amount of time before they actually start fishing. The purpose of that is to purely get the fish into one area of the lake and also lower their guard. So, what some people do is they actually turn up to a venue like the day before, or sometimes if for example, they're doing early morning fishing, they'll just spend the entire evening beforehand just ground baiting, bringing in all the big fish who will be spending the evening going through the silt to find every little crumb. And so people, they use boilie mashers, basically like like a box with teeth that you grind, and you grind up your bait, your boilies, your ground bait, so this dough. Basically, fling it into the water where you're going to cast your hook. Now, as I was advised, you need to be a little bit stealthy because sometimes, well, anglers know what you're doing, and if somebody spots you ground baiting a certain peg, then, well, you might arrive at the venue the next day to discover that peg has been taken, you know? So the predefined areas where anglers can fish, which is a bit naughty. But yes, if you do it right, hopefully when you put your bait, your real bait, into the water, the biggest fish in the lake are there. Hopefully. Thank you, Yastreb and Vipers and Johnster and Black Mage. Thank you, all of you. Thank you. Ah, dear. For real? Ironwood or just joking? Anglers, fishermen, Codecraft. I misspoke. Yesterday I said that it's called angling due to the having the fish fight the angle of the rod, as in tire itself by having to resist the action of the bow bending. Apparently that's not correct. It's called angling because that's the name of the hook, being the angle, the hook itself, not the rod. I was like, oh, whoops. But yes, basically fishing with a hook and a rod. Angling, as opposed to like using a trawl net or something. And in the UK, it's a big scene. Well, in America, I'm sure it's even bigger, but it's certainly an exploding industry here in the UK. And it's good fun. I do recommend. If my ZF clan mates lived a little bit closer, I would love to go fishing with them. But alas. Is my line taut? That's another problem. The line is not taut. Yeah, reasonably. Also, hi, Cake! How you doing, Cake? You okay? Hi there, Halpinski. Hi there, indeed. Every time you read Ultimate Fish... What, sorry? I don't get it. Twitten Ruse says, I need to set you up with a mandate with my plumber. No, thank you. All good, thank you. Why? Are you being serious? Does your plumber do fishing? As I mentioned this morning, or are you just referring to this morning? Lots of tradesmen do fishing. Oh, he's very much into fishing. Hey! Actually, sorry, now that you mention it, the gas engineer did ask about my fishing gear when he was doing the... So I had a new boiler installed last year. Or rather, the landlord had one installed and I was just here. And he was asking about the fishing gear. No, I've not tried Stalker Gamma, Lame. Not even a bump. Maybe I should change tactics. What's the time? Late evening. Give it a couple more minutes. So normally I wait about an hour or so in real life when it comes to setting the bait down. If nothing has happened after an hour, not even so much as a bump, that's when I consider resetting it. Because maybe the bait presentation is wrong. Maybe it's landed in some weeds. Halpinski says, I'm a plumber. And yeah, so many trades like fishing. Hi there, Halpinski. Okay. So, tell you what I'll do. Let me just grab the rod. Grab the stand. Use my hunter vision for a second. Yeah, there are definitely carp, and they are definitely in this area. There's quite some activity over here. the wind is picking up, which will make float fishing difficult. Let's try. What's available? So corn is good. Red worm. What other baits do I have? Dough balls, marshmallows. Crucian chub. Catfish. Any spam? Because spam is pretty damn good. Live baits. Dough balls, cheese. Would cheese work? I've never tried cheese. Corn. Corn works all the time for everything. Alright. Put some corn on there. Bloody expensive. Okay, hang on. Cancel that. Cancel that. So double stack corn on that hook. What type of hook? It's a size 8 hook. Okay. And then, yeah, we may as well put some ground bait in there. So feeder baits. What type of ground bait? Well, in this situation, I'll just throw in some more corn. Herbal grain, almonds, mirror carp. Yeah, throw that in. Cool. So let's go to... Oh, wait. Damn it. Wrong type. That wasn't ground bait. Mirror carp, mirror carp. Can't see any. No, there it is. Mirror carp. Okay, be careful. That's quite expensive, actually. Holy shit. Right. Baits. Ground bait. There we go. Equip. Cool. Let's try this then. So double stack corn. That looks way too small. Okay, here we go. G. Whoop. There it is. And bish that forward. Let's take a few steps back. Just pull it towards me there. Let it sink. There we go. See what happens there then. Looks quite deep. But yeah. The hook size is proper. You can wait a little longer or cast to another place. Should be fine. I'm sure the roach would be going crazy for the corn. They keep stealing it off my goddamn hook when I fish in real life. So I tend to use... if the venue would allow it, synthetic corn. So just like it's just rubber. Where's my chair? Yep. So at this point, folks, one would have a chair and a bivvy, so like a little tent. Or if that's too heavy or you can't be asked that day, just like a big brolly. You get big unfoldable brollies that you can hammer into the ground to resist the wind. Oh, hello. Yeah, something grabbed it. Hello. Right. Up the drag. What have we got here then? Whoa, lift it up a bit. Try to tire it out. Hello. A channel catfish again. Hello. So 3.5 pounder, 1.29 foot in length. What sort of length do they reach? Hang on. Length and weight. So the channel catfish has a top end size of around 40 to 50 pounds. That's 18 to 23 kilograms. Okay, this is teeny weeny then. So 3.5. Realistically, a channel catfish over 20 pounds is a spectacular specimen, and most catfish anglers view a 10-pounder fish as a very admirable catch. Okay, so 3.5 is rubbish. Right, regardless, we'll sell it. Not that you'll be allowed to sell fish that you catch on a fishery in Europe or England, but okay. Let's get it back in quick. At this point, the swim would be thoroughly disturbed, so it's probably not a good idea to cast in so quickly. All the fish would have scattered. Does Lulu join me when I go fishing? So she used to a few years ago, but without trying to be rude to Lulu, she is an absolute pain in the arse when I go fishing. She is not the type of breed that will sit quietly. She wants attention. She wants cuddles. She's outside. She thinks she's on a walk. So she runs around. She tries to harass the other anglers. And God forbid, if there's a duck or a bait boat on the lake, she goes apeshit. So honestly, it's just really stressful. Having a dog running around, getting tangled up in... her lead is tangled up in my chair. I've got hooks on my lap or other things that she could injure herself on. So I just send her to the dog sitter. She gets to spend the day, like daycare basically, hanging out with her other doggy friends at the dog sitter. and I can go fishing either alone or with my brother. For this reason, folks, I'm genuinely considering, obviously said quietly so Lulu doesn't hear me, I'm considering getting a gun dog for my next one. So a dog that is trained to sit still for long periods of time. So some sort of breed that is not a toy and is much more just calm, sit there, I can fish, it can just sit there. Less highly strung. Aren't I in a bit of trouble because of the lack of different places to fish? Well, not really, Dark Shadow. There's loads in the south of England. Loads and loads. In fact, me and my brother, we talk about driving further afield to find more of them. Because we both have our driving licenses now, so that's kind of handy. Grab. Something picked up the bait. Whoa, dial down the drag. This one feels a bit bigger. So again, as I keep... Whoa! Dial down the drag a lot. So what's happening is, I'm trying to keep the line taut in order to keep the barbless hook in its mouth, and it is trying to swim the fuck away from me. Now, as it's doing that, it's drawing line. That's the clicking sound. Well, not that. You'll hear it in a minute. What is it? Another catfish, maybe? Yes, another catfish. That one is a 4-pounder. Okay, not that much larger than the other one. So there's definitely bottom-feeding catfish, and they definitely go for corn and dough balls, but we're after carp. So that's clearly not the winning formula for getting carp here. Sorry, what was I saying? So we've both got our licenses now, so we can drive. What was I talking about? Hang on. What's available? Oh yes, getting possibly getting a gun dog. Yeah. Something a bit calm. Going fishing with my brother. Yeah. So the two of us can now spend some time together off fishing. Okay, so let's... Hang on. A couple of earthworms. Can I double stack? I can. Double stack. And can I get a size 6 hook? Okay. So that's a bigger hook. Size 6. Never tried earthworms. They are for sale in my local bait shop. I should consider giving them a go. There we go. Do you eat catfish? I don't know. Good question. Going to different fishing spots, indeed. So, exploring and seeing what's available. Also need to walk up and down some nearby rivers to talk to the anglers on the banks. Find out if maybe that particular stretch of the river is privately owned, whether or not there are day tickets for sale. Everything's owned in England. Yes, bear with me, Chilad. I'm going to go visit a bungalow this week. I'm having a look at some bungalows to get a possible mortgage on. Yeah, so I'll let you know. Oh, hello. What are you? I don't recognise what fish you could be. Another catfish, maybe? Use my hunter view. Ooh, must be. Quite a few out there in the middle. Maybe I should cast as far as possible. Luna says, my grandma used to cook catfish a lot. Oh, yeah? Indeed, Kiwi. I must admit, I'm getting kind of sick of this flat. It was fine. It was serviceable, but it's getting a bit... I've got like an absentee landlord. So yes, when something really breaks, they fix it, but like the walls haven't been painted in years... There's mold. The carpet is quite literally coming apart under my feet. Threads. It's threads where the wheel is making contact with the carpet. I'm aware of it, Twit and Roo. Whoop. I don't think you can. I don't know if you can do that in England though. Also, I hope you're very well, Twitten. At least it's not so fucking cold in Brighton right now, is it? Yeah. What's that? Looks like a... Ah! Silver carp. What is a silver carp? Not familiar. Hang on a second. Silver carp. The silver carp is a species of freshwater cyprinid fish, a variety of Asian carp native to China and eastern Siberia, from the Amur River. From the Amur River drainage in the north to the Zhejiang River drainage to the south. Although a threatened species in its natural habitat, it's long been cultivated in China. By weight, more silver carp are produced worldwide in aquaculture than any other species of fish except for the grass carp. Silver carp are usually farmed in polyculture with other Asian carp or sometimes with cattler or other fish species. The species has been introduced or spread by connected waterways to at least 88 countries around the world. The reason for importation was generally for use in aquaculture, but enhancements of wild fisheries and water quality control has also been intended on occasion. Why? Do they eat weeds? Hang on. So the silver carp is a filter feed. Really? That's a filter feeder? Doesn't look like it. So the silver carp is a filter feeder and possesses a specialized feeding apparatus capable of filtering particles as small as 1 The gill rakers are fused into a sponge-like filter, and an epibranchial organ secretes mucus which assists in trapping small particles. A strong buccal pump forces water through the filter. Silver carp, like all of this particular species, have no stomachs. Really? And are thought to feed more or less continuously, largely on phytoplankton, and also consume zooplankton and detritus. In places where this plankton-feeding species has been introduced, they are thought to compete with native planktivorous fish, which in North America include paddlefish, big-mouth buffalo, gizzard shad, and young fish of almost all species. Because they feed on plankton, they are sometimes successfully used for controlling water quality, especially to control noxious blue-green algae. Certain species of blue-green algae, notably the often toxic Microcytus, can pass through the gut of the silver carp unharmed, picking up nutrients in the process. Thus, in some cases, blue-gilled algae blooms have been exacerbated by silver carp. Okay. Fuck. These carp, which also have a natural defense to their toxins, sometimes can contain enough of the algae's toxins in their systems to become hazardous to eat. Oh no. Sport fishing. So silver carp are filter feeders, thus they are difficult to catch on a typical hook and line gear. Special methods have been developed for these fish, the most important being the suspension method, usually consisting of a large dough ball that disintegrates slowly, surrounded by a nest of tiny hooks embedded in the bait. Sounds like method fishing. The entire apparatus is suspended below a large bobber. Okay, maybe not. The fish feed on the small particles released from the dough ball and bump against the dough ball with the intention of breaking off more of the small particles that can be filtered from the water, essentially becoming hooked by the tiny hooks. In some areas, using snagging gear, in which large weighted treble hooks are jerked through the water, is legal to snag the fish. I think that's meant to be illegal. I think someone's misspelled illegal. Okay. Because why would you specify that it's legal? So hang on. Power boats are used to scare the fish and entice them to jump out of the water. And then in bow fishing, they're shot when they're airborne. Oh, really? That's cool. I didn't know all this. Ah. Yes, never do this, by the way. Never hold a fish like this. It's really cruel. Put it in a net, put that net over your knees, and make sure that if it slips out of your hand, you can put it falls safely into the net. Thank you, Abducted Bride. Thank you very much, Abducted. Okay. Yeah, we need cash right now. Okay. So a type of carp is available, not necessarily the carp that I want. Let's just go a bit further. Distant cast, overhead, 12-foot rod. Oh, that's a very... Yeah, okay, that'll do. I'll take it. Okay. Indeed, Dark Shadow. Yes, indeed. We have different cars just in general. So yeah, we drive to the fishing location separately. Also, my brother has a son, so he's got to disappear at different times to me. I can normally turn up really, really early in the morning. He's got to deal with his son. Big Knife says these carp are not good in the US, overpopulated like crazy. They even do tournaments to catch them and get rid of them. I mean, technically similar in the UK. They're also extremely invasive, but they've been around for so long that everyone's just kind of gotten used to them. I mean, they've been here since the 12th or 13th centuries. Most of it, Dark Shadows, most of it. I have a imagine like a wheelbarrow, but instead of it being like a solid bowl, it's like an aluminium frame. So it's lightweight and hollow. Hello, quick, got something. And so you load all the gear from the car onto this barrow, fishing barrow, and then wheel the whole thing down to the lake. No, it feels really small, whatever this is. A common or mirror Chop Chop Tin Man. Thank you, Dakin... Dak Itinha? Oh my god, it's a pike! God damn, I didn't expect that. Okay. The predatory pike, everybody. Typically hangs out, literally just hangs out, just floats in one place in the water. An ambush predator with a surprising top speed, it is able to just lunge at fish nearby in order to grab them with its serrated teeth and eat them. So the bigger the pike, the more area of the lake they'll dominate, with the largest pike, for example, just taking a huge section of territory. The smaller the pike, the more likely they are to be hiding in the weeds and stuff, just going for small opportunities. If my memory serves, they are also cannibalistic. They will eat other pike, so extremely fierce and territorial, well respected, and I think quite tasty. You can eat them, can't you? Yeah. New record as well. 1.81 feet, 4-pounder. Fairly small for a pike, but still. Also, if memory serves, you can actually grab them. So there's a way that you can grab them just behind their gill rakers. If you put your fingers just beneath the jaw, you can sort of slide your fingers safely underneath their skull in such a way that you can hold their weight and not injure them, whilst also not getting bitten by their very sharp teeth. I was looking at a video of it because I need to practice just in case I do catch a pike. I've never caught one before. But it's important to make sure you hold their weight properly so they don't get injured, you know. Holy shit, didn't expect a pike. Okay. So, earthworm... Yeah, pike, blimey. Okay. Bream? Yep, mirror carp, definitely. Okay. Need more cash in general. Let's go again, same location. Chop Chop, in the summer months, normally about once a month, but more if I can make the excuse to sneak away. Hang on. Where's my water? I think I left it in the kitchen. Damn. I'll get it in a minute. But yeah. Mega says, the older the pike, the worse they taste. Oh, really? I know, Blue Seer. My boss is a bit of a cunt. Right. Hi there, Sir Diddle. Hi there indeed. Indeed, Himfungus. Kind of weird. That being said, I have caught perch on ledgering spam, so... Maybe I'll switch over to the float in a minute. Oh, hello. Quickly. What we got? Doesn't feel very big. Not really TX2. You can't really do ice fishing in the UK, and I haven't really travelled east of the UK with my fishing gear to do it. Another pike! Holy shit! God damn, it wasn't just a fluke. Ah. Okay. Not bad, to be honest. $28. So earthworm, yeah, they can get pike here. Not huge pike, but not too bad. Okay. Right, so let's try something else, shall we? That's fly fishing. That's a spinner. Let's get rid of the cage feeder. Okay, what's available? Right, get this float here. Probably need it for the sake of the wind. A nice long float. Hooks, what do you think? Let's go with a size 6 maybe? Size 6? Bread? Surely that will work. Silver carp, yep. We're after mirror carp, really. Common. Crucian mirror, there we go. Double stack the bread. Okay. Hook length though. Put it down quite deep. Okay. Where is it? Whoop. So what's that type of float called again? I've forgotten. It has a very distinctive name. Hang on. I'll have a look. I was buying some of them a while ago, you see. Floats. Where are they? Float fishing. Nope, that's just a checklist to make sure I got everything I need. Floats. So straight wagglers are the same diameter all the way down. Inserts have a slimmer length inserted near the top. Body wagglers, or onions. I think that's what it could be. Takes more shot to sink, and they have more stripes. If you see the middle stripe, then the fish is lifting it. Could be. Effectively, the more float is... Where is it? The more float that you've got in front of you, the more weight that you have to put on it to sink it. Which means the more weight you've got behind your cast, so the further you can fling it. And it also means the more physically, the more float is beneath the water layer than above, which means the wind blowing on the surface, especially if your line is also beneath the surface, the less it affects the drift, because you don't want your float drifting because it looks unnatural and weird, and the fish will be like, yeah, that's bait. So 1 second. So what you want, I'll just do the demonstration. Oh, hang on. Whoa, what have I done? Oh, whoops. Don't do that. So I'll do my little puppet demonstration again. Hang on. So here you have a float. Quite a lot of float. I think this is one of the onion types, is the old name for them. So pretend that this is the water surface here. So if your float is all the way up here, you've got the wind blowing on it. So in the worst case scenario, it's doing this. In an even worse case scenario, it's doing this. Just moving along the surface. The ideal situation would be this, where the only thing showing is that, bobbing quietly on the water surface, barely moving. Now when it does this, you pay attention because something has moved the bait or bumped it or whatever. Ignore that. That doesn't normally happen on the fishing lake. It's not suddenly a dog that jumps into the water. Anyway, now, if your float does this, you strike, because a good chance is a fish has just grabbed the bait. But more intriguingly, if your float does this, if it does this, hang on, if it goes like that, it means that some of the weight that was previously holding it down is no longer holding it down. Why? Well, probably because a fish has just picked it up and is inspecting it, tasting it to see whether or not it's a hook. When that happens, when your float goes up, you also strike. And when it goes up, there's a good chance it's a bigger fish because they're wilier, they're smarter, they've come on in, they're just trying to determine if this is fake or real. So they'll put it in their mouths and sort of chew on it for a moment. So, yeah, you strike then. Also, have a look at this. Some floats even have little yellow bands like this one here. So if you're looking at this on the water and it's all the way down here, so the only thing you can see is that, if all of a sudden you see yellow, there's no reason for that yellow to ever be shown if your bait is flat on the base of the lake. So that's when you strike, when you see the yellow. So I like float fishing, to be honest. I love just sitting in the summer and just seeing my float, and then suddenly it goes. I'm like, yes, strike now. Sorry, I'm just babbling about fishing again. I'm just nerding out. I can't wait to go fishing. I really want to go fishing. Okay, let's have a look. Whoops. Did it again. Stupid. How do I see the other view? There we go. Ooh, hello. I think that's an Ide, maybe? Is that how you pronounce it? So there we go. This is a very good bait presentation right here. So we've got the bait just above the bottom. I mean, ideally it would be on the bottom, but at least it's down there where the big fish are probably roaming. Nice down deep. I see a pike. Oh, hello. So my float is doing weird things because I think I have not weighted it properly. Let me cancel that then. I think I failed to put the proper amount of shot on it. So 2 grams. Buy more weights in the other section. Float weights. Here we go. Mass 1 gram a piece. How do we apply more weight? Optimal weight, 13 grams. Yes, we need the float to sit properly. Okay, we'll just go with the basic float then. Okay. Sure, I could just buy more, but it says 2 of 2, so... Unless I've missed something? Lead shot. Split shot, even. You just buy more weights. Where, though? Oh, wait, sorry. That's my bag, isn't it? I don't know. Strange. Okay, just cast it again. Got a much smaller float now. Okay. There we go. The float is now sitting properly on the surface. The bread is all the way down there. But yeah, I hope everyone's having a nice day today. lots of work to do after the stream, I'm afraid. I've got lots of recording to do on my wall. Ah, the hook size doesn't match the size of the fish in the area. Oh yeah? Fuck. So let's go here. Size 6. Go to a size 8. There we go, size 8. Whoops, didn't mean to do that again. There we go. So the position of the shot up and down the line there. Hello, what are you? Strike, strike. The fish escaped. Premature strike. God damn it. That was a big fish. Did you see that? That was a proper big fish. Okay. Whoops, don't move the float. Oh, wait. Strike. Fish escaped. Premature strike. It did? I thought it was a good strike. I guess not. Hang on. They certainly like the bread, though, don't they? Yeah, wait for the float to go under. Just going to watch the float. Up my drag settings. Oh, the float's moving. You see that? It's bobbing. Oh. No, there we go. Oh, there we go. Struck. Yeah, it's on, it's on, it's on. Okay, here we go. I see, so don't listen to the bells. That just indicates when the line is moving. Yeah, this one doesn't feel very big. Oh, dial down the drag. It's fighting. So what have we got? On float fishing with bread. It is... It's a chub! Oh my god! It's I think it's the first chub I've caught. I'm not overly familiar with the chub. Isn't this like the fish that they stock the fisheries with in the winter to try and stay in business? It feeds in all weathers, doesn't it? I think, if that's correct. Hang on. So the chub fish, it's a coarse fish. Chub. So the chub is a fish name, one of the... Hang on. There's quite a few different species. In the carp family, European chub. Here we go. So the European species of freshwater fish in the carp family, it frequents slow and moderate rivers as well as canals and still waters, so a pond like this, of various kinds. The species is referred to as the common chub, the European chub, or simply chub. So, threats. Fishing for chub. They are popular with anglers due to their readiness to feed and thus to be caught in almost any conditions. Small chub are freely biting fish which even inexperienced anglers find easy to catch. As they become larger, however, chub can become more wary and are easily spooked by noise or visual disturbances. Consequently, large chub in excess of 2 kilograms... Yeah, this is about that, isn't it? 4.7 pounds? Are keenly sought by anglers who prefer to target specific fish. The British angling record for chub was broken in May 2007 when Steve White caught a 4.82 kilogram, that's a 9.2 pound chub, from a southern Stillwater on a mainline boilie. Chub can reach a maximum length of 64 to 82 centimetres. Oh. Okay. Cool. New record, let's sell it. One moment, I am very thirsty. I'm just going to go grab some water. Where's my thing? Okay. So we've caught some pike, we've caught some catfish, we've caught some chub. We've yet to catch the species that I'm actually trying to target, the carp. Specifically the mirror, or maybe the common carp. I think the common carp is weirdly underrepresented, not properly prevalent in this game for some reason. Okay. Oh, fuck, I did it again. I keep pressing that button thinking that's the underwater view. There we go. Let's wait. Give it a second, see what turns up. Right. Hi there, Tiny Essa. Hope you're okay. Have I ever been fishing after cod? No, not really. That's a salt... Hello? That looks like another one, is it? So he's just chewing on it. Trying to figure it out. Now I strike. There we go. Right. Keep reeling it in. Down that. What is that? Sorry, what am I looking at? Woo. Hey, a silver carp. Okay. The filter feeding silver carp. Don't know why it's going for bread, but okay. That's a 1.46 pounder, 1.35 footer. Not bad, but not great either. Okay, so what would it take to get some mirror carp then? Maggots, flies, peas, bread, cut bait. A little bit of meat, like spam, I guess. Cut bait, golden trout, yellow perch. Surely mirror carp would go for that. And not really mokuso. I don't go sea fishing. I go to still waters and I hope rivers at one point. Marshmallows, what the fuck? Leeches. Do we have any shrimp? Waxworms, dragonflies, level 10. I am level 10. Quite expensive though. Trout. Trying to find the winning combination. No, not live bait. Natural eggs. What's that? Sorry. Cut bait big. Channel catfish. Yeah, I really would have expected to have caught. I mean, peas maybe. I've caught many. I've caught carp on peas. Silver carp, mirror carp. Okay. Equip these. Triple stack them. Make it really big so that a smaller fish is going to have trouble ingesting that. Okay, there we go. Put on my hunter view again. Can I see any big specimens? There's a couple over there. Hang on. Okay. Oh, I keep pressing that. There we go. So that's meant to be 3 peas stacked together with the hook hidden in them. Now, if your setup has a bolt effect, which basically means that they can pick up the hook and start swimming away with it, then they can hook themselves if all of a sudden the weight stops them from traveling any further. So how to achieve that is that you would actually have the hook to sit there, and then you'd have the weight go through the hook, called an inline weight, and then as it picks up the hook, it'll start swimming away, and the main line just goes straight through it, just like, have a nice day, enjoy your meal. But then you pinch a shot weight onto the main line, about, say, 6 or 7 inches up the weight, so the weight starts trundling along the main line, and all of a sudden, it hits a dead end. And the fish, which is now swimming away, the hook is pulled into the side of its cheek, or the side of its lip. Hello. Whoa, catfish. Hello, catfish. Wait for it, and... now. Strike. Cool. Looking good. Up the drag. So long as the bolt effect is quick, and so long as you strike quickly, then the hook should go into the nice, leathery, insensitive section of their lip. However, unfortunately, if you're a bit too slow, or they've got the bait for too long, then sometimes they can swallow the hook, which is a bit of a pain. It would require like a disgorger, like a thin pen implement that pretty much all anglers have, where you sort of poke it all the way down. You sort of put a little bit of pressure on the hook, and it detaches, and it comes up with the disgorger. Takes a little bit of practice. Okay, sell for $31. That's a 4.38 pounder catfish. Still haven't quite figured out the mirror carp, though. Let's shimmy over here. Maybe my chances on this bit will be better. Okay. Let's cast deep over here. What sort of... Yep, still got triple stack peas. Thank you very much, Rootkit. Thank you, Rootkit. There we go. Okay, it looks very deep, actually. Yeah, 2 meters won't quite be enough to get all the way down. Hello? That looks like an eyed. Is it an eyed? No, it's a crucian. You can tell because its head is really thin. It's a type of carp. Oh, hello. I've attracted the attention of the crucian. Hello. It's investigating. Puts it into its mouth. Has a taste. And then... Whoop! There we go. Cool. Crucian carp, 1.65 pounder, 1.40 feet. Yeah, fairly respectable fish. Extremely similar to the goldfish, probably the fish that the goldfish came from originally. Yeah. Is fishing as easy as it looks in this game? No. Obviously, it depends entirely on the lake conditions and how hungry the fish are and how wary they are and, honestly, let's be honest, your personal skill as an angler, knowing when to strike and when not to strike. Oh, hello. Fish just jumped out of the water over there. They're feeding. But I would say that I could probably expect to land a fish, say, once every hour or so on a good day. On a bad day, maybe I'll get one on a session. On a really bad day, I could just flat out wipe and catch nothing. It all depends on what the fish are doing, where they're doing it, how well you've been able to read the lake, how used to the bait that you're using, how used to it they are. Or maybe they find your bait suspicious and they won't go for it. Or maybe, frankly, they're just full. That can happen. On venues that are very pressured and lots of anglers are there, throwing in ground bait, you can just have a situation where the fish aren't hungry. They can only eat a certain amount. That's one of the reasons when you go winter fishing to be very careful not to overfeed. A little bit of particles in the water, just to hopefully tempt them, but don't feed them too much, otherwise they simply will be full. Hello. Oh, we got something there. What type of fish is that? Strike. There we go. Peas are working, that's for sure. They're certainly in the middle layer. Last time you went fishing, you threw a loaf of bread in, and the other anglers got annoyed. Oh, it's another chub. Sweet. New record, in fact. 5.16 pounder. Cool. Okay, let's sell that for 37. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go back to the trophy room because I'm specifically trying to target carp. I wonder if it will tell me... Hang on. Exit the venue. Will it tell me what I caught it on and where? Let's have a look. So, trophy room. Okay. I've got the loudest floor in the world. What the fuck? So those are some trout that I caught earlier. Cutthroat trout. So 2.47 pound, 9.47. 25 pounder bull trout. God damn, that's huge. Okay, so Teeny weeny. So this is where that joke from that YouTube video is. So the teeny weeny crucian carp was there next to a brook trout. Ah, memories. You think all the money he's spent on his giant fish trophy room, he would have spent some on a carpet. God damn. Koi? Giant barb? That looks very similar to a common carp. Where the fuck is the mirror? God damn, dude. Buy some fucking carpets. Silver carp, silver bream. Are they up there, maybe? Ah, ooh, look at that. Rainbow trout, that's huge. Channel catfish, bluegill. Thank you, Thumper Fresh. Perch, a teeny weeny one. Largemouth bass. Brown trout. Have I never caught a mirror carp? Surely I've caught a mirror carp. Oh. That's better. You could afford at least one small rug then. How peculiar. Maybe I've never caught one. How bizarre. Okay. Then I need to get one. Thank you, Thumper Fresh. Thank you very much, Thumper. Okay, mirror carp. So, let's go. Multiplayer any language, so some people can be on the same lake with you fishing. Okay. I know, Moonfur. Yeah, it really. Yeah, fire hazard as well. How much is flammable in this room? Yes. Okay. Have I ever seen a picture of a Goliath tigerfish? No, I've not seen that, Dark Shadow. Okay. So let's go and go to the map, change it to an evening session. When I'm hoping that the fish will be active. Then let's go over here. Okay. Hi, Birdie. Birdie, I really want to go fishing. I so want to go fishing. I'm being sad playing fishing sim games because I want to go fishing. Okay, let's have a look. So, float fishing, what bait? Trying to find the magic bullet for mirror carp. Mirror carp. Let's try maggots. The world's most expensive maggots. Triple stack them. Okay. So, fairly deep, 2.5 centimeter hook length, which is a bit crazy. You're going to hook yourself casting it unless you're very careful. There we go. Pull it towards me just a little bit. Okay. Let's see what happens, shall we? Ah, dear me. So I've got these things in my I've got these devices in my tackle box behind me called a maggot clip, and it's essentially like a safety pin, a very small safety pin. Oh, hello, there's a perch. Quickly strike. Ah, premature. Bugger. So imagine like a safety pin, but it's a small circle. And if you unclip one side of this maggot clip, you can essentially thread multiple on them. And so what is often a good idea is to do that, and then just below them, put a teeny weeny bit of highly buoyant foam. And so what should happen is that the maggots should be at the top of this foam, and the foam should be floating slightly off the silt, and you've created a little pop-up bait for maximum bait presentation. And I find that, the fish that I'm going for can't resist. Thank you, Xavier Noble and Pisces. Any sign of any fish? Also, I've been watching quite a bit of The Expanse recently. I got my way through season 3. Another perch. Hello. Wait for it. And it's good. I've been enjoying it. Strike now. There we go. Cool. Doesn't feel particularly chunky. Ah, new record though. Holy shit. Perch. So 1.5 pounder. That's a respectable perch. Carnivorous perch. Big wide mouths. Travel in shoals. Aggressively guns for maggots in particular. And spam, weirdly enough, I found in real life. There we go. So yeah, been enjoying The Expanse. Oh, hello. Fish jumping out the water. All right. Something's moving. Yeah, what else is going on? So yeah, just trying to finish this YouTube video. Gonna go look at a bungalow this week. Already did my taxes. It's tax day today, so already did that about a week ago. Something confused the shit out of me in my tax self-assessment thing, and I've sent an email to my accountant to say, what does this mean? However, it's going to take some time for my accountant to get back to me because, holy shit, it's tax day, and I have no doubt they are like crazy busy trying to finish everyone else's. Well, it's the day that you hand in your self-assessment form, Mad John. Otherwise, you get hit with a fine. No sign of any fish. Let's pull it towards me a little bit, eh? There we go. Cool, that should be good. Silty presentation, yeah, not in the reeds. Oh really? A97? That's good to hear, because I've just started it. Hooray. Thank you, Steel Cobra. Thank you very much, Steel. Yes, I'm a big fan of like would it be called hard sci-fi? As in sci-fi where it's not like a strong emphasis on ooh magic, and it's much more rail guns and oh my god, we're leaking atmosphere or whatever. It's not like set phasers to full or whatever. It's very Battlestar Galactica. I love that shit. Space opera. Not really space opera. Wouldn't space opera be like more fantasy, like tropes, heroes, and great journeys and whatnot? Is that correct? Like space opera where it's all like, there's the big bad and there's the dragon, you know? Big bad being Palpatine, the dragon being Vader. Yes, Stargate. So yes, Stargate is another good one. See, I really liked Stargate. And then it started moving. So I loved Stargate because it was doing something that other sci-fi wasn't doing at the time, in that not only was it very hard sci-fi, but also it was sci-fi where it's contemporary Earth with modern technology. It's not like, future humans. No, it's what the fuck would happen if a team of like US Marines had to fight against aliens or something, and they didn't have any sort of tech advantage. They didn't have magical, let's call our allies the like whatever aliens. It was a case of they've just got M16s or submachine guns that can't even penetrate the armor of whatever. But then it started to move further and further from that, and it became, yes, we've got spaceships now, and I was like, blah, 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 blah. Did they have P90s from the beginning? Didn't they switch? Didn't they have M16s from the start? Or am I going crazy? But you know what I mean. It's like the interesting part was that it was humans at our current level having to be smart about it, rather than, just send in. They got the Zat guns, they got their spaceships and shit. Okay, nothing here. Maybe maggots aren't working. Oh, another thing that I thought was cool about Stargate was that it was showing that... so rather than what a lot of sci-fi does, which is where, humans are all over the place, isn't that funny? And then it's like a Vulcan will tune in and say, actually, the human form is considered to be optimal for many planetary conditions, and therefore it's evolved independently, la la la. No. The reason why humans are everywhere in the Stargate universe is because they literally come from Earth. They're seeded all over the place by the Goa'uld. Why? Because they're excellent hosts. And so that sort of edge was like quite interesting, because it's like wherever the humans were, they were not generally more advanced than Earth. That's when the writers shat the bed repeatedly, because they kept breaking that rule and having, this human civilization is more advanced than Earth. And it's kind of like, you've missed the point. And then later on into the Stargate, sorry, I'm ranting now. Then later on, it's like, yes, here come the... Is it the Ori or whatever they're called? It's like, they look just like humans, but they're from another galaxy. And I'm like, Like, the core conceit was that Earth was by far the most advanced human civilization, and that was what made it special. It's not working, is it? Hang on. Because the Earth civilization was the only one that could stand a chance against the Goa'uld. Goa'uld, even. Sorry, I'm ranting. I'm fucking ranting about Stargate. Oh, hello. That's a silver carp, I think. Oh, hello. You are a grass carp, maybe? What are you? No, you're not. You're a crucian? Pull now. There we go. Silver? Oh, dial down the drag. No, it definitely feels that I could be going with tougher fish here. I've yet to be challenged. Another silver carp. Okay, so that's a 3.7 pounder. Yeah, sell it. Is this absolutely sure that there aren't bigger fish here? Hang on. Size 6. Equip a size 6 hook. Give it a welly. I've not really seen it, Sundling, sorry. Again, I assume it's probably not for me. So Stargate stuff where they get more advanced tech and... You know. Honestly, I think Stargate moving away from the... Okay, the hook size doesn't match the size of the fish in the area. How strange. Surely it does. It's only a size fucking 6. Size 6 is big, but it's not massive, particularly for carp. Okay. Weird. Take it out of the water, switch it back to a size 8 then. Equip. Okay, let's also go all the way up to the surface. If it's night time, are they all the way up at the surface because it's night? Seki. So I think it went well, but again, it's kind of frustrating because it feels so glacial right now. Just trying to get this video done, but everything that's left is either really complicated or lots and lots of tiny things because it's polish. Yeah. Okay. No, I don't think I've seen that one, Mokoso. Okay. Stargate Universe is their approach to the Battlestar Galactica concept. What's that, sorry? Write a really good show and then shit yourself in the last hour? Battlestar Galactica might not have reached the same heights as Game of Thrones, but when it threw itself off a cliff, it landed on the exact same rocks. Oh my god, what the fuck? So many people in the chat are rolling their eyes because I whinge about the same things, I know, but... What was that? What was that? Okay. Oh, I see. A97. They're stranded on a ship and they have to fight for their survival in the Stargate universe. Oh, hello. Another silver carp. Investigating. And... Go. Cool. Yeah. None of these... Oh, hello. None of these fish feel particularly challenging for the gear that I've got right now. Another silver carp. Okay. So what do I do? It's not the hook size that I can increase. Maybe it's just they're not in the right... I'm not in the right area? Let's use my hunter vision on each of the lakes one by one. Maybe there's like a really big... Maybe they're like size graded? I do recommend it, Zovi. It's really, really good. I just really wish I could go back in time, punch the Battlestar Galactica writers in the face, and do it properly. Okay. What do you think? Any bigger ones in here? Maybe. Couple of ones over there. Hang on. So where am I now? I'm here, I presume? Have we checked over there? I'll just teleport. Whoops. What? I am now a fish, apparently? Bleh. Let's try that again. Oh no, okay. That one's buggy. Let's try over there. I don't think Valorant is my type of game, Soup Pain. Doesn't look like my thing at all. Right. Let's try this. So yeah, they did fuck it up with some strange combo wombo or religion with sci-fi mixed in. Well, I would argue it's not even that, Senor Tortes. Although, yes, some people did find the overt religiosity a bit too much towards the end. I felt it was always hinted at as a running thread all the way throughout the series, so I don't really fault it for that. What I fault it for is the fact that they, again, like Game of Thrones, they had an ending in mind, but the characters would not have done that. they wouldn't have made those decisions. They were distinctly different characters. Oh, hello. They wouldn't have made those choices. Quite clearly wouldn't have made those choices. And it felt horribly forced. Another chub. 2-pounder. Okay. Right. Yeah, I'm definitely doing something wrong. Or rather, I don't know what the winning formula is for mirror carp. Maybe go back to the... Go back to a triple stack boilie set. Go down deep as well. Okay. Indeed, Italiasian guy, and my understanding with that is that the writer fell foul to, what's it called, like prelapsarian thinking, specifically because of his religion. So prelapsarian thinking where there was a fall and therefore what's before it is pure and good, but prelapsarian thinking is incredibly flawed, and is probably why they, oh hello. It's probably why all of the characters started acting not like people at the end and like robots. Even the ones that were robots. And now. Thank you, Connor. And BT McLean, thank you very much. A grass carp. Hello. Not as big as the ones that I've caught previously, but still not too bad. So that's 4.5 now. Four words even. 4.59. 4.59 pounder. Okay. Shit. Haven't really cracked the carp, have I? At least not the mirror carp. Guess what I forgot? Okay. What other baits can I try? Those are the ones in my pack. Cheese dough balls. Oh, hang on, there's a difference. Mirror carp, dough balls. Try the dough balls. Okay. So I was actually preparing. I mixed up on the recommendation of a YouTube video. It was a mix of... what was it? It was bread, corn, it was porridge oats, I think, and mixed with melted lard to make a sort of really nice smelling, like a dough that I made into boilies. And I seem to remember that it worked quite well. Hello, are you a mirror? You might be a mirror. What are you? Let me see you from the side. Ooh, I might be in luck. What are you? What are you? No, you don't feel... Are you just a really fat bream? No, you're no mirror carp. It's a bream. You're just a very big bream. Oh my god, that's a very fat bream. Jesus Christ. So more than a foot, 1.41 pounder bream. Yeah, Jesus Christ. That's normally bream like dinner plate thin, but this one's clearly been fucking chonky. Oh lord, he coming. Okay. Yeah, well, that's where the mirror carp have gone. That bream ate them all. Thank you, Almighty Tim. Thank you very much, Almighty. Well, to each their own, Senior. I personally wasn't that bothered by it. By the religiosity element. Even though, yeah, it could have been done better. My problem was that it didn't make any sense from what these characters would do. Like, I simply don't believe that Admiral Adama would order the Galactica to go and attack the HQ of the Cylons to save one person. Even if that is a child, I do not believe that he would make a decision... Hello? Like that to risk the entire fucking operation for the kid of the main characters or whatever. Another bream. Okay, so bream, so they clearly go for the dough balls. Cool. Nor do I think would they make the decision to become hunter-gatherers, particularly when just an episode before, or 2 episodes before, they were fighting over the decommissioned parts of the Galactica. These people were in love with their creature comforts. And more importantly, sorry, I'm ranting again. I do apologize for those who are sick of me. You've got the problem of essentially the... So, sorry, for those that don't know what happened, so to explain. So what happened at the end of Battlestar Galactica, the series, was that they got to their destination at the end, and they decided that the best thing to do would be to settle down on this planet that they found and become hunter-gatherers, right? So they would all abandon their technology, and they would go down to the surface together as a people. Like, some people would go over here... Some people would go over here, like some people would go over to this strange island, you know, just off the coast, and they would settle down. They had very strong Scottish accents. Wonder which island that was, you know. They would all land on this strange green planet and farm. That was the ending. Now, what's the problem with that? There are about 50 ships, okay? 50 ships. And throughout the entire series, one of the core things of Battlestar was showing that people had to get along who didn't agree. That was one of the major threads, you see. Like, oh my god, these people don't agree with these people, and there's a workers' uprising now because, you know, the class stratification on board refinery ships, and they don't get a say in the election or whatever. You know, it's all lots of people. Oh, sorry, there's like a group of religious fundamentalists who don't believe in medicine. You know, it's all like character drama where people are crashing it's a group of people who have different ideals and they don't get along. And this is in contrast to the Cylons, who are painted in a contrast because they are monotheistic. They have one singular belief system, one singular purpose, and it's contrast with the humans who are all over the place. Just setting the scene for you, okay? Hey, another chub. Okay. 5-pounder. So, they get to this planet, and the final ending of the series involves them all landing in separate places and becoming farmers. Now, here's the question. What happens if one ship decides not to play ball? What happens if one ship decides, no, we're not going to land, we're going to keep our technology? Well, all of a sudden, you've got a massive problem, because everyone who abandons their technology, imagine it's the nuclear weapons problem. The problem with weapons of mass destruction is that everyone has to give them up, because if one nation does not, they have all the power. Now imagine that with everything: medicine, food, fuel, transportation to get around on anything that isn't a fucking horse, which most continents won't have horses. Literal nuclear weapons. Not just regular weapons, but literal nuclear weapons. Okay, sorry, let me just dial it back a bit. Here's the next problem. What happens if all the ships suddenly land, and then everyone's farming, everyone's having a lovely time, kumbaya, then someone notices something. That village over there has electricity. That village over there has penicillin. That village over there has gunpowder. A messenger goes over. What the fuck, guys? You said you were going to abandon all technology. And they go, yeah, we did, but, like, you don't know how to make gunpowder? It's literally 3 different ingredients and you piss one of them. How have you forgotten that? What do you mean you're dying because you can't pasteurize your milk? How did you forget to boil milk? Steam milk. Like, you can't just forget how to do things. You tend to pass them on. So, effectively, they not only have an incentive to hang on to their technology, because whoever hangs on to their ship has all the power, but when you land, everyone is still going to remember how to be an engineer on the Battlestar Galactica, how to set up an electricity grid, how to make gunpowder. One of these ships was a ship of convicts. Do you think they're going to fucking play ball? So it doesn't work. Like, the moment you interrogate Battlestar Galactica's ending... Like, take the religious thing away for a second. The moment you actually look at it, you realize that, okay, anyone who's not a fucking drooling idiot could just take over in 2 seconds just by inventing the musket or whatever. You know? No one's going to forget how to say make penicillin, it's too useful. Why the fuck would you settle down to become a farmer just because, oh no, robots might rebel in 2,000 years or whatever? If suddenly you've got the land and the food and the power, again, just because you mix three ingredients together to make gunpowder or whatever. What was the reason they all agreed? Exactly, Defaulty. When you get an answer to that, you let me know. Because it certainly wasn't the Galactica. Damn. That thing was dead. Its back was broken. So all the ships could just... It should be a fucking free-for-all. The moment they land on that planet, it should be a free-for-all for the best places. What's Galactica going to do? Fire on them? Yeah, good luck with that. There's going to be a mutiny in 2 seconds. Thank you, call sign. Thank you very much, call sign. Does that make sense? Sorry, well, I see the viewer numbers have dropped. I don't blame you for a second. But it doesn't make any sense because you realise that's not how any humans would act in that situation. They've got no reason to give up their technology. Strong incentive to not do it because whoever doesn't has all the power. Oh, fuck. Premature... Oh, sorry, I'm going with the bells, not by the float. What should the ending... what should the ending have been then? The ending should have been that these people land together to rebuild their society, to enshrine in law, not just in tradition, but in law, that the pursuit of AI, the pursuit of unrestrained AI, is to be restricted. Take a page out of the 40k book. To essentially not just build a society remembering those who died in the Exodus, remembering those lost in the 13 colonies, but standing shoulder to shoulder and hand in hand with their Cylon allies, now lovers, because many of them were breeding with the Cylons, that they would never, ever let it go that far again. These people would rebuild their civilization together with the Cylons, proving that they could learn, they could grow as adults. Instead, their reward was to slip into a literal dark age. They followed the teachings of their religious whatever, and their reward was the Dark Ages. Okay. Another grass carp. New record. 4.7 pounder. Sweet. Okay. Thank you, Jurassic Milk. Thank you very much, Jurassic. Ah, dear. Sorry, Shaggy. I was just whinging for the 7th millionth time about the ending of the series Battlestar Galactica, which finished in, like, what, 2012 or something? When did it finish? It's a wonderful series, and you should watch it immediately. It's just a shame that it does the Mass Effect 3 thing and shits itself at the 11th hour. Strike. 2009. Tell us how they breed with the natives. Oh yes, that's another huge problem. Another bream. Ooh, 2.6 pounder bream. Sweet. Yes, they arrive on this planet only to discover that strangely there are already humans here. How? Well, mysterious religious God works in mysterious ways. That's fine, whatever. But do you have any idea how close you have to be genetically to breed with something? We can't breed with chimpanzees, and we share about 98% of our DNA with them. Is that correct? So, in order to breed with these humans, like Baltar even says a line, yes, I observed one of their graves that they left. They bury their dead. They have a strange proto-language, and we can breed with them. And then the Admiral turns around, and it's a joke. He turns around and says, you have a one-track mind, Doctor, or something like that. But what they don't realise is that in order to be close enough to breed with them, they are basically colonials. So, in the second episode of the entire fucking series, if Battlestar Galactica had just exploded and the Cylons won, the ending would have been no different. As a writer, what happens when you write a show where if all the characters died on the second episode, the ending would have been the same? Especially considering they got rid of all of their technology and therefore they brought next to no actual information back to the planet at the end. So it's stupid. It's dumb. It's just... Yeah, the ending would have been functionally the same because the humans are already on the planet that they arrived on. Okay. Another grass carp. Again, really struggling to find the regular carp. God damn it. I've got quite a bit of cash now, don't I? What have I got? Maybe I'm thinking about this all wrong. What if I did try a spinner method? What would I get? I don't know. Use this for a second. Hang on. Whee! Sorry, Raybid, sorry. Chat's no doubt tired of my whinge. Hang on, put on the drag. How do I reduce the speed of my... There is a button to do it. How do I reduce the speed of the reel in? Middle mouse button, turn off drag. Reel speed. There we go. Dial that all the way down. So start slowly pulling in this spinner. Straight and slow. So it's imitating a fish in distress, and hopefully a predatory fish might go for it if we're lucky. Might need to try a different method though. Probably perch or maybe pike. Shit, looking at the time, I need to wrap this up in a minute to do some more filming before bed. Nothing. What's the size of this hook, I wonder? Yeah, nothing on a straight slow. Cancel that then. Let's have a look. What's this? Size 8. Let's go to a... Can I go a bit larger? Oh, what about... Are they called jigs? Brown trout, perch, pike, zander, barbel. Try one of these. Spoon. That's a spoon? Okay. Flickers like a spoon. A quip. What size hook? Oh no, size 2 is way too big. Where's a... Hang on. Lures, spoons, spinners. Soft lures. Try one of these. Soft lure. Trout. Pike, perch. Let's try these. Equip one, but make it a size 8. See what happens. So teeny weeny little pink squishy. Whee! Right. Satan's, it's been too long. He's the bald system lord, isn't he? It's been too long, I can barely remember. Yep, working with it. Just going to let it sink to a nice deep depth there. Alright. Are there any other things that I can whinge in Battlestar Galactica? Whinge about, rather. There we go, start reading it in. Thank you, Loitering. Thank you very much, Loitering. As a minor point, having the Cylons suddenly become bickering humans was also a bit of a narrative mistake, I felt. It's like, by the end of the series, there was really no difference between the damn humans and the damn Cylons. Some would argue that's the point. But I was like, ugh. Maybe I'll try going faster. Increase the speed of the reel in. So just straight instead of straight slow. Can I tempt any predatory fish, particularly pike? No. Let's do... Okay, surface, straight, then. Maybe there's a pike. Whoop. So keep it high on the surface, so that just the first meter or so, yeah? Here we go. So it's now 2.6 feet. Close to the surface. Don't let it go too high. 2 feet. No. Are you off, Sam? Have a good one. Yeah, I need to wrap up in a minute too. Thank you for being here, Sam. Hope you're okay. Okay. I do have a notepad above my head. Yeah, yeah. It says, don't talk about 40k. Stop it. Okay. No, I don't think this luring method works on this lake. Let it sink. What if I wiggle it? Does this work at all? If I just press the right mouse button to sort of pull it towards me a little bit? Is that lift and drop? Is that what it's called? No, it's not doing it. Okay, it's definitely bait that's required on this lake. Well, that's a bit frustrating. I wasn't able to get the mirror carp that I wanted. Haven't quite cracked the secret, figuring out how to get them. Bugger. Right, apologies, folks. I need to... So, on my wall next to me, I've got this prop that I'm filming for the sake of this video. I've got like a list on a notepad of all the things I've got to film before bed, and then slot them in and do the overnight test render. So I'm going to go and crack on with that now. So... thanks for watching, folks. Sorry that it wasn't very interesting. But yes, essentially, I'm trying to finish this YouTube video. I'm in the polish stage now. Beneath the stream, there are links to 3 chunks of it. So this is the 4th chunk. I was really hoping to have it ready by Friday. Still hoping. So I'm just going to keep polishing. And I really, really hope I can deliver the chunk to you. Even if it's, you know, a bit wonky. By Friday. I really hope. So I'm going to go and crack on with that. So do some more filming, get it slotted in, get it rendered, watch it in the morning, and rinse and repeat until it's done. Okay, so thank you for watching, everyone. Thank you for subbing, snail support, and loitering, and abalol. Thank you, all of you. Right, let me have a look and see who's doing what. Are any of my clan mates streaming? And if so, what are they doing? They are... So Alistair is... Oops, they are... Alistair is doing Among Us. Smeagol is doing Metro Exodus. Hang on. Who's doing what? So Digby is doing Grand Theft Auto 5. And Yuki is doing Volcanoids. Let me hand you over to Yuki then. What's this? Not sure what this is. He seems to be shooting a dude in a giant metal train? I'll let him explain. Thank you for watching, folks. This is Zenith Yuki playing Volcanoids.